Hello. We have logged in with a user who has the role of project manager at corporate level, and we are going to explore project reporting using Comidor. We click the application menu button, and we access projects to open a specific one. Inside a project, there are reports that help project managers to monitor and communicate the project progress. These are Monitoring Dashboard and Project Status Report. From Monitoring Dashboard, we get a project overview. Specifically, we can view the past time as percentage of the project duration, the remaining time out of the scheduled time, the percentage of the completed approved tasks, how many approved tasks are completed and which is the total number of the approved tasks, the work performed in hours as percentage of the total workload in hours, the completed approved hours out of the total approved hours, the percentage of project completion added as estimation by the project manager, the percentage of the delivered deliverables, the number of the remaining ones and the total number of them, the percentage of the completed work packages, the remaining ones and the total number of them, the burn down chart, which depicts with a blue line the ideal remaining workload and with a red line the actual remaining workload as the project time passes by, the milestones graphs, presenting the critical dates during the project. Below, we find a pie chart for the worked hours per division, and a pie chart for the income per division. Using the project status report, we can fetch project value reports for our customers. To create a project status report, we select the mode choosing among the options day, week, month. We define the period of time, and we click Fetch Report to get the results. The specific report presents the spent hours per service and their respective value, which is the actual income from these services. Enabling or disabling specific information, we select which information we want in the printed report. Then, we click Print and we follow the default printing procedure of our browser. Navigating from Projects to Dashboard, we can find a wide range of project reports. Dashboard is the main unit of Comidor for reporting. A project manager has access to people, projects, and customers reporting. Clicking on Projects tab, we get an overview for all the projects we are responsible for as project managers. As filters, we can select specific functional group, division, account, project manager, project status, tag, and period of time. Then, we click Fetch and we see the total budget expenses and the total actual expenses, the total budget income and the total actual income, the average margin and the over budget amount. Next, there are two graphs. The first one is a bar graph for the opened and closed projects per month. And the second one is a line graph which compares the schedule performance index and the cost performance index. Below, we can view pie charts depicting the number of projects per RAG status and the turnover for each RAG status. The last graph presents the project's turnover per month. We can view further details per project, print them, export them to CSV, or select to print the above graphs and statistics. The Actions button of the Projects tab dashboard provides us access to specialized project reporting. So, we can select any report we may need: project analysis, earned value analytics, scheduled versus actual, financial forecast, budget versus actual, expenses report, resource availability report, or cost versus revenue. Let's explore them one by one. In project analysis, we can get users' reports such as timesheet, analytical workload, workload sums and cost sums. In timesheet, we select the user we want, weekly, monthly, or 3-month range, for a specific period of time, and fetching the report, we see the scheduled, approved and the actual work hours. In analytical workload, we should select a user and we may choose a specific project to view the user's daily workload and the respective cost. In workload sums, we select the desired dates and we get the total workload per user, per project, as well as the workload of each user per project. Respectively, in cost sums, we get the total cost per user, per project, as well as the cost of each user per project. Any of these reports can be printed or exported as Excel file. Earned Value Report enables us to be aware of the project's cost and schedule performance and variance. Selecting a project from the list and clicking on Fetch Report button, we see the visualized representation of the Earned Value Management basic elements. Particularly, we see the budget at completion, the planned value, the earned value, and the actual cost. This basic elements chart can be printed or downloaded. Using the Tables and Graphs tabs below, we can get detailed information. Viewing the tables, we get informed about the planned value for each work package per month. Planned value is the scheduled cost of work planned in a given time. This is why it is also known as budgeted cost of work scheduled. The actual cost and the earned value per month. Actual cost is the actual amount of money spent to date. Earned value is the amount of money earned from work completed in a given time. The project's performance metrics per month, such as the cost variance, which is the difference between the earned value and the actual cost. The cost variance is positive and green if we are under budget, and it is negative and red if we are over budget. The schedule variance, which is the difference between the earned value and the planned value. This figure is green when it is positive, showing that we are ahead of schedule, and it is red when it is negative, showing that we are behind schedule. The Cost Performance Index, which is the quotient of the earned value and the actual cost. The Cost Performance Index is green when it is greater than 1, meaning that we earn more than we spend, and it is red when it is less than 1, meaning that we earn less than we spend. The Schedule Performance Index, which is the quotient of the earned value and the planned value. The Schedule Performance Index is green when it is greater than 1, depicting that the completed work is greater than the planned work, and it is red when it is less than 1, depicting that the completed work is less than the planned work. The estimated cost at completion, which is the forecast final cost of the project, is calculated as the quotient of the budget at completion and the Cost Performance Index. The project earned value analysis helps us not only in analyzing the project performance, but also in forecasting. It consists of the monthly figures of the cost budget at completion, the work in progress as percentage estimation of the project manager, the earned value, the actual cost, the planned value, the cost variance, the schedule variance, the Cost Performance Index, the Schedule Performance Index, the estimate to completion, which is the forecast cost of the remaining work, calculated as the difference between the estimate at completion and the actual cost. The estimated at completion, the variance at completion, which is the budget at completion decreased by the estimate at completion. In other words, the difference between the planned project cost and the forecast project cost, which tells us how much under budget or over budget we will be at the project completion. And the status based on the Average Performance Index, which is the sum of the Cost Performance Index and the Schedule Performance Index divided by 2. This figure is green if it is greater than 1, yellow if it is greater than 0.85, red if it is greater than 0.65, and black if it less than 0.65. Clicking the Graphs tab, we view the line graph, which compares the Cost Performance Index and the Scheduled Performance Index. The graph which illustrates the estimate at completion and the budget at completion. In other words, the forecast project cost versus the planned project cost. The variance analysis bar chart, which presents the cost variance, the scheduled variance and the variance at completion. The variance analysis enables us to check whether we are under or over budget to date, ahead of or behind the schedule to date, and if we are under or over budget when the project is completed. In any graph, hovering the mouse on the figure's illustration, we can view the exact amounts, and clicking on the figure's description at the graph legend, we can show or hide its illustration from the respective graph. Selecting the scheduled versus actual report, we should select a project and we can view the scheduled workload and the actual workload in daily, weekly or monthly mode, grouped by users, services or work packages for a specific period of time and filter the results for a specific user, division or work type. Choosing the financial forecast report, we can view the forecast income, based on the scheduled workload in hours and the sales rates of the respective employees, given in the project's currency. We should select a specific project, the mode that results will be displayed, day, week, month, and the desired period of time, and we may focus on a specific functional group, division or work type. Clicking on Budget versus Actual Report, we can view the budget versus actual income or the budget versus actual expenses for a specific project and account, in daily, weekly or monthly mode, for the desired period of time, choosing as type income or expenses respectively. Using the expenses report, we can get full information about the project expenses and their respective approvals. We specify the employees division, the project division, the desired personnel, the year, and the month we want, and we select by whom the expenses should have been approved. Then, we click Fetch button as usual. We can check the resource availability through the respective report. So in daily, weekly or monthly mode, we can select specific dates and filter the results for a specific functional group, division and employee. Cost versus revenue report compares the real project costs and revenues that come from the ERP. We have to select a specific project, an account, the mode that results will be displayed, day, week, month, and the desired dates. Then, we can fetch the report, print it and export it to CSV.